Mic check. Sounds good, says Brandon. I appreciate that because I'm actually using a different mic than usual. All right. As per usual, let's get this train wreck rolling. All right, and I believe we are live, which is weird considering how things have been. We actually missed last week. I know, how dare I, but I was in Texas. We went actually, got invited to a thing for the Modern Rogue. A lot of people thought we were going to be doing like, that's a little loud, but you're not going to be doing it 24/7, I don't think. Got invited to do a thing with the Modern Rogue. And a lot of people thought it was going to be like another street of videos, and it wasn't. It actually, I was there because they had their like founders picnic. They're inviting a bunch of their fans out there. You could buy tickets to it, but it was very, very limited. They actually flew me and Jose out there, Luchathor 13, to run Nerf stuff for them because they wanted some kind of interactive thing there. And at first we were supposed to like run Nerf games and stuff, but it turns out the area they had designated for Nerf was like way too small. So we pivoted from that into like a firing range. And I do have footage of that I may either save for like next stream after I kind of get it off my phone and edit it, or I might make a video about it. I haven't decided yet, but it was really cool showing people like what the hobby was. So I had like a table, and Lucia and I would like take turns flipping bottles back up and stuff like that. And we had a bunch of Nerf Rival Fates, Nerf Rival Side Swipes, some Adventure Force Liberators, all Rival, very easy for people to deal with. And then we had the Swift, his Swift that's maxed out at like 300 FPS. I brought the Saber M20, and we both brought our Pew Pews and showed people just how crazy cool our little hobby is. And I think it turned out really good. Chat not working? Why the heck would the chat stop working? Now that you mention it, I don't think I see it moving. Nah, it works. I mean, it's too small on my screen. Again, we're still like halfway into. Okay, there we go. I see it. I see it working. We're still like halfway into this new like background and everything set up. Lighting is still a bit iffy, as is the position. We haven't mastered this yet. It's either we're gonna have to move this table farther back or farther forward. I haven't decided yet, but we're getting there. I got a deploy today, and I'm going to find out why people hate it. Because it was very expensive, very gimmicky, and didn't perform very well. That's why people hated it. And there wasn't much mod potential to it. You have to do some, basically a complete internals replacement to get it firing any good. Who do you like better, Brian or Jason? That's like asking me to choose between my children. I'm going to say Corey, but if I had to choose between Brian and Jason, I really like Jason. He's a stand-up guy. Oh. Walcom, please don't eliminate the dinos. Not sure what you're asking there, Noah. So anyway, we survived the trip. Lucha and I had fun. We got back. We actually hung out with Abquintic and his wife. And this weekend, Lucha and I, about a week or two ago, got a good amount of our dart catch going, which you may have seen like the start of that in a video. But Dr. Flux is like, nah, I can do this way better. So he's over there just going to town. Spent a bunch of money on parts and supplies and lights and stuff like that. So hopefully we can make this to where I don't have to worry about like sweeping and picking up darts off the floor. And that will make it way easier for me to run the dart catch area with like the screen and stuff in it. Plus, we can wheel it around. And so if I want to do a stream where I want to fire into the target, you guys can see all that stuff. We can very easily swing it out here. Kind of excited for that. I don't know. I hope Sonic just banned them. Oh, good. Good job, Sonic. Way to be. Hey, fella. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. Will you ever mod the Infamous? Honestly, I'm getting closer and closer every day. But my need for full-length darts is dwindling. There's somebody that I want to work with. What is his handle? Dr. Pugh. He seems to know a lot about the Infamous, and I believe I offered him, I have to check in with him, I offered him to come up here and like work on one with me. Still displaying your Nerf 50? I mean, it's just on the table. I could display it if I want, because it's rad. There you go, move it on. Saw's coming on, so let's see. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Hopefully this mic sounds okay. I'm actually using my lapel mic for once. Or lavalier mic, whatever you call them. Found a weird CPS Super Soaker knockoff with 2 bladders. That is kind of weird, Dizzy Dragon. Welcome, genuine question. Conquest or Nexus Pro? And also Aeon Pro or Dartzone Pro Mark II? I'm gonna go with Conquest. That's my opinion. That's my like. What do you think, Flux? Yeah, out of the Pro line, including the Walmart stuff. Any of them.
I like the Striker.
The Striker, so Nexus Pro, essentially.
Yeah, well,
Fair enough. So he says he likes the Striker look-wise over the Nexus Pro, but they're both pretty much the same blaster. I'm a big fan of the Conquest, though. I can see the clear fiend. Well, it's not clear. It's being chroma keyed out, even though it's blue. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, because I actually have a video coming up that's going to include this. That BU Blasters company reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to do a video on anything from our place? And I asked them for another one of these, because I want to dual wield them, first of all. And I asked them for another Swift, since I don't have a Swift anymore. And to my surprise, they sent me both. So that's kind of like when you don't have a 3D printer and you just want to get some of the best there is, those are going to be the two options I'm going to show off. It's going to be like a half review of both. Does the Ranger Sniper have a faux or metal barrel? It has a metal barrel. And there's an option for like a carbon fiber barrel, which is why it can get pretty pricey. There's a scar for it? No, he hasn't said anything to me about a scar. That's kind of terrifying. I did notice the accuracy wasn't like stupendous or anything like that. It wasn't bad though. Walcom, you should make the Mega Sniper shoot the Super Mega Darts. It actually can. Is there anywhere near you, is there a Mega or a Mega XL? Check that black, or in there. Come on, hit me. That's actually reasonably close. I got it. So, I didn't show this off in the video because that video was already like long enough. And I also can't really chronograph these unless I were to dig out my old chronograph. But if you take off this muzzle, I guess, flash hider, and pull this little ring off, this dart will, I mean, it's not great. You're never going to really want to use this dart for anything else. But, oh, and I have this scope on here, so I'm not going to be able to, I actually can't prime it with this scope on. There we go. Let's see here. I actually might be able to give you guys a slightly better camera. Come on, where's my mouse? Yeah, Bill's got it right. It's essentially a rifle grenade. But, there we go. Let's get that back there. So that's Dr. Flux working on over there in the other half of the studio. And set this back to normal. There we go. So, I'm gonna shoot over. I'm trying to aim for the wall over here, not hit the camera. And contact. I don't know how well that turned off on camera. It can do it. It's one of those things where, although it can do it, I'm not sure I recommend doing it. But it definitely can. I also, halfway through filming my range testing, I fumbled the blaster and dropped it nose first and had to re-glue the flash hider kind of on there. The sight, yeah, I can't have the scope on there. I was gonna put on a different scope and I didn't. It's just the bolt isn't long enough. It needs a longer bolt. That was the other thing. But it's pretty cool. Walcom, would you prefer the Monolith Perseus or Mach 100? Perseus. It's kind of, not up for debate. The Perseus is really just the way to go. So you are on camera as much as you can be seen. He doesn't have a microphone. I don't actually know where my second microphone is at the moment. It's around here somewhere. Hey, Walcom, I found out about your channel about 4 months ago, and now you're the person I go to for NERF advice. Thank you for creating good videos. Well, thank you very much, Goose and Ian. I appreciate it. Is that Dr. Flux? It is, yeah. So we've gotten a lot of stuff, and we're gonna hopefully. You think we can finish this tonight?
I don't know about fully painted. Well, the thing I'll need help with, I don't know.
Okay, how long until we're at that point? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can turn the camera around. It's not a big deal. Should I get an Aeon Pro? It's definitely a good blaster. I think it's better than the Nexus Pro and stuff like that, to be perfectly honest. The Aeon Pro, after the Nexus Pro, I felt like the Aeon Pro was just a better deal. $25 for the same performance as the Nexus Pro, with all the same accoutrements, essentially, without pump action. But they also have different internals, and the Aeon Pro is more moddable. So, it's pretty good. Do you think Valorant and NERF might do a collab thing? Asked Cherry, or Cherry. I don't know. I could have swore. I thought Valorant had like a crossover with X-Shot. I honestly thought that at one point. They did like some kind of foam dart looking blaster skin thing in Valorant, and I believe they looked like X-Shot things, but could be wrong. Walcom, what is your thoughts on the Fire Rat Carbine kit? I want one. Will I get one? I don't know, but I really like the tiny pump action with the stock and everything like that. I'm a big fan. That would be an awesome HVZ blaster, in my opinion. Does the fire... Ooh. Because the Gecko has slam fire. Does the Fire Rat have slam fire? My Fire Rat's kind of hitting right now, so it's over here on the wall. No. I'll deal with that. I might get up to get a drink here. Should I use my Swift in an indoor match? I mean, depends on the FPS caps. What is your opinion? Oh, it got deleted. Okay, well, never mind. There was a leak for new X-Shot darts coming out. Not sure when, but they're waffle head. You excited? Yeah, I think X-Shot and Buzzbee both needed new darts. I'm hoping that they're a lot more standardized, because they were shorter. They had those really bad heads on them. They couldn't really do mag-fed blasters very well. Yeah, I'm hoping this is like a whole new direction for them, but I'm also interested to see if they're going to bring out new blasters, and if they are going to do new blasters, what these blasters are. It's like, when you think about it, it's been a real long time since we've had genuinely new stuff from X-Shot. Like, they've pretty much been making the same blasters for 2 decades. Walcom, what is your opinion on Airsoft? Free bore, I don't like Airsoft for a couple of reasons. One, it's not very satisfying to play. Airsoft fires these little tiny, I mean, I have an Airsoft rifle around here somewhere, and I found the BBs for it, so you'll see it in a video soon. But the tiny BB feels like crap to shoot. It doesn't matter how accurate or anything. It's just like everything sounds suppressed. Everything is really light. The projectile's really small. You can't really see it. It's kind of dumb. And then on the higher end of things, when you get like full auto, all that kind of stuff, you basically just have 5,000 round magazines that shoot laser beams of plastic. It's dumb. And then it's like oh, you could have military capacity or, you know, mil-sig cap and all low cap, mid cap. It's like, yeah, that's just artificial for no reason. It's the same, like, you could have a 5,000 round magazine, but you choose not to because balance, I guess. And honestly, there's something kind of iffy about taking what is essentially a real steel analog, like quite honestly verbatim almost every time, and pointing at another human being and pulling the trigger. I mean, maybe that's why people like it, and if people like it for that reason, I almost feel like that kind of makes you a psychopath. I'm not like into airsoft for that reason. I don't do NERF. It's cool when we have something that's like it wants to be, but it's genuinely nowhere near the same level. Do you still have the Rust Strife AK mod? I do. It broke in several places. No, you can do your thing. Don't cut your finger off. So construction zone. I have a blaster I'm working on that is Rival and Half Dart compatible. When you put in a Rival mag, it opens the flywheel slightly. That could work. I've seen that kind of system before, and I've never seen one that actually worked well, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. I just haven't seen it done. I've seen people attempt it. Opinion on paintball? Even worse. I don't like paintball at all. That was the first thing we tried to play as kids. I'm pretty sure I've explained that story a few times, but paintball's just not fun. I mean, there's fun in the sense that you're shooting something that's, you know, not meant to maim people. It's meant to be fun, and marksmanship and, you know, climbing, being a better marksman is always interesting to me. But paintball has its own set of issues. And I can't figure out what's more toxic, paintball or airsoft. And I'm not saying that like, oh, NERF is so much less. No, NERF is pretty toxic too, but airsoft and paintball, I think paintball might be more toxic because it's like pretty much 100% just full bore competitive blah, blah, blah. Welcome, Sonic. Busby has released the Air Max Boss. Yep, that has shown up at Dollar General, I think it was. Whack. Dr. Flux tried to get one sent to him, and yeah, they said it was a limited run. So, that's weird. Why would they choose to just bring back the boss? Busby! Ooh, pardon me. Busby just makes weird decisions. And they never exactly make sense. He's going to town on that wood over there. Anyone know where to get a Panther with a large tank? No. And if somebody does have a Panther that they know is a large tank, it's a rare item at this point. You're talking about a specific blaster that was only around for a little while that hasn't been sold in over a decade, and many of them were so cheap they were just destroyed and used for other stuff. I'm trying to think if there is actually something comparable to that Panther tank. And off the top of my head, I'm not figuring anything out. But yeah, I don't think it's worth trying to find one. Like, I have a couple, but I don't think I'd ever sell them. And if I were to sell them, it would be very expensive. Opinions on the upcoming re-release of the Flaming Hot Mountain Dew. Well, as far as I know, it sells for stupid amounts online. I still have the 2 from last stream that we didn't eat or drink. So we'll probably have something to do with that in the future. Cutting all the woods. What are your thoughts on Milsim and the NERF hobby? As long as it's done safely, I have absolutely no problem with it. It's actually pretty hard to make NERF look like super real steel. You can do it, but yeah, Milsim in and of itself, it's not for me, but as long as you're not in public with it, I don't care. I really don't. And I think our hobby has a huge problem with being super toxic against like people who want milsim, even though the people who want milsim like are so much bigger than our entire hobby combined. It isn't funny, to where they could probably start their own hobby and completely supplant ours. It's so much, yeah, right? The people who want to have their all black Nerf blasters and play with them completely dwarf the people who are like, no, I don't want that. Nerf's supposed to be fun. And I understand both sides of the argument. I really do. But at the end of the day, one side is gatekeeping the other. And in my hobby, when my entire life revolves around it, and my livelihood directly is influenced by this, I have to have a pretty good stance on it. And my stance is, as long as you're doing it safely, like if you're going to a private LARP or something like that, you treat your all black whatever blaster like, you know, an airsoft gun, because you can't just wield an airsoft gun in public. In fact, if you go to an airsoft store, you're supposed to have it in a case or in the box when you bring it in. Because they don't just give you the rifle and say, go, no, they give it to you in a box to take it out to your car and stuff like that. I'm fine with it. And I feel like that's the level-headed response. There are gonna be people, there's always going to be people that are gonna do the wrong thing, and you should educate them. And there's always gonna be people that know better and do worse. But that's for every single hobby, including real steel firearms. So I don't know. That's something that I definitely feel like as a community, we could do better on. And that's coming from somebody that honestly does not care. If you want to know what peak aesthetic is for me, go play S4 League. That's the kind of stuff I like. Walcom, I was just in Washington, thrifted a Rapid Strike, was near Wenatchee. I leave Rapid Strikes when I see them, because I have so many, but that's cool that you found one. There's a lot of good thrifting up here. Should I buy a new Nerf Unity set with the rocket for 55 bucks? That seems like a pretty good price to me. If you do not have one and you really want one, that's a decent price. It's not a great price, but that's not bad. Like Titan Tanks themselves used to sell for like 20, 30 bucks a pop. Pepsi, Nitro Pepsi is kind of mid, tastes like flat Pepsi with a hint of vanilla. I have not tried it yet, Ivan. Go for it. It's getting released in Dollar General, so good luck. I'm sure there's one nearby. Get a lot of flickering. I may have to... Oh, does it? Sweet. I bought a motion activated light today. I'm a little worried about the refresh rate on my camera. I may have to fix that. It seems to be struggling with something. What is your opinion on this vague concept that existed for the last 3 months? Okay. Favorite Elite Blaster? Strife, maybe now, just because it's so moddable. Or the Rough Cut. It's one of those two, I'm sure. Outside of China, are you aware of these blasters coming out as injection molded? I mean, China has been ripping off blasters left, right, front, and center like it's going out of style. And there might not be any stopping that except for not releasing files publicly anymore, which I'm on board with. I got a Rapid Fire 20 yesterday from Saver. Should I mod it? I don't recommend it. It made me want one of those Coke coffees. I like the Coke coffee. Oh, it must be burning wood. That's what I'm smelling. I'm like, what's the smell I'm getting? Walcom, should I buy or Firefly? I love Fireflies. If you're talking about the Colonel Wasp Firefly, yes. If you're talking about the Nerf one, probably not. Opinion on Coke Starlight? I couldn't tell that it was different from normal Coke. It may have had a slight berry taste to it. I honestly, it was one of the most forgettable things I've ever had. What is the next Nerf war near Arizona? I actually don't know. I'm sure there are groups in Arizona. What is with the flickering I'm getting today? That's never really been a problem, but now it's really, really bad. It's annoying. Coke is coming out with Coke Bite, pixel flavored. I heard that's awful. I think I saw a video on that recently. I'm planning on ordering a Wasp Firefly tomorrow. Any add-ons, mods you recommend? You might want to buy the shell catcher just to have it. I mean, technically it's a good thing to have. I don't like them, but I have enough Firefly shells to run it without that. If you're doing like an HVZ with it, you definitely want to have a shell catcher. And honestly, without a 3D, like I don't really like the existing Colonel Wasp stuff, like the stuff that like Monkey Mods and stuff selling. But I haven't checked what they've been doing recently. I like the Fetwurst grip. That's like pretty much mandatory. And the shell hopper that I got from, oh my God, who designed that? I'm so sorry. That I just glued to the back of my Firefly. Where the heck is my Firefly? I thought it was around here. Under the table? No. Man, my Firefly is looking fly. Bro, you need to get your mouth checked. Starlight is the best thing to happen to Coke since New Coke. Do we have to get back on this train of like what an opinion is? Because there's these things called opinions, and everybody has them, and not everybody agrees with things. There are people who literally can't eat cilantro because they are missing a gene that makes cilantro taste like soap. Are you going to tell them they need to go get their mouth checked? Like, I don't consider myself a picky person at all. Yeah, I only had the one Starlight. It was sugar-free, or Coke Zero or whatever it was. And it tasted like normal Coke. I couldn't really tell that much of a difference. Is there a way to get cheaper shipping? Yeah, fly to like Singapore. That'll get you cheaper shipping. I don't like cilantro. See, I love cilantro. Kind of cold up here. So, got the video on this out. I just like tapped it, watched the entire blaster. Oh, it's because of the bipod. Got this video out. It did really well. I'm not quite sure why. I'm going to look up. I think it's been just over 24 hours. Yeah, in one day it got 40,000 views, which is nuts. And I honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly why. I wasn't expecting the video to do that well, but it did, and I'm super stoked about that. So thank you very much, everybody who supports the channel. There are plenty more videos coming. We might be a little bit slow coming up on this next week, just because of the coldness in Washington. Like, it's like 42 degrees right now, and we're out of wood. I don't have any more wood I can burn, and buying wood is stupid expensive and not worth it at all. It takes, like, if I were to go to the gas station, it's about 20 bucks of wood a day to keep this studio at a comfortable temperature. So things might be a little bit slow, and this week I'm gonna try to focus on getting like at least 2 or 3 good videos out every week minimum. I know I've said that before, but we're coming up on where I don't have, I'm not feeling bad. I have an inhaler. Hopefully shouldn't be a problem. And I'm really backed up on a lot of things. So I have the BU Blaster video, which is going to be on a Phoenix and a Swift. I mean, it's just a whatever you think kind of video. I could do a video on the Minecraft stuff, and I might. I already shot a video on basically all the new Elite 2.0 stuff, minus the Moto Strike, because I couldn't think of another way to do that video. I just kind of lumped it all together. I do have all the D-Dart stuff. That's a big video, though, just in the sense that I have to take like 4 blasters and crony them under AA's or AAA's and their little rechargeable battery kits, which would take quite some time. That will probably just be one big lump sum video, though, with the D-Dart stuff. I'm going to try to get those out. I've got a pistol review I need to do. Even more so, because on Wednesday, I believe, I have the Worker Nightingale coming out. That's very exciting to me. Worker contacted me and they sent me out a sample, and it is a big deal because it's obviously a new Worker blaster. It's in the same vein as the Phoenix 2.0 and the Swift. And on top of that, it's a semi-automatic flywheel, micro flywheel pistol that also has a new mag design. Yes, Worker has officially released a new type of Talon mag that is slightly smaller and rounded. I am very excited to see how this works. And I know a lot of you are gonna be like, oh, I don't want to do new magazines because I already, that's fine. But you know, eventually there's gonna be a blaster where you're gonna go like, crap, I have to buy new magazines. And honestly, I think this hobby relies way too much on the fact that we can just use like one magazine for everything. I really do feel like our hobby just takes complete advantage of that because almost no other shooting style hobby allows you to do that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just like when it happens, it's kind of inevitable. Plus, we've had Talon mags for like what, at least 4 or 5 years now, which is cool. What happened to the Halo bullpup blaster you were modding? We found it, and I just need to print out a new cage, and I will do that sometime soon. That's another blaster I'd like to finish and get done with, because it's actually pretty comfortable. Rival Takedown. I did a video on that. WALCOMS7 Minecraft Let's Play channel win. Hopefully never. I have played enough Minecraft. Feed Ivan Taco Bell and tape his butt to the furnace. That would be funny. I was annoyed the Nerf Fortnite bazooka was hamp, so I put big blast internals in it and converted a hamp to its pump. That's a good one, Motion. That's definitely a good one. Heh, wood. I wish I knew how to 3D print. It's exceptionally easy. Because I want that amazing sniper rifle. Well, here's the thing. This would not be like a good first project for you, I guarantee it. Your old Nerf Colibri video has a ton of views. Algorithm really digged that one. Yeah, the funniest part about that video, that was the first time I think I ever got a video over 1 million views. It gave me all those views in January. That video made me, with like 2 million views in a month, made me like $800. Had that happened in like August, I probably would have made like 5-10 grand. That's not a joke. But yeah, that's the old type of YouTube where you didn't have to work very hard. You just had to have a good idea and be able to carry yourself in front of camera. Now you have to have all of that, plus good editing, plus good lighting and everything like that. YouTube has certainly changed to be a little bit more demanding. But I think we're dealing with it pretty good. I do want to remind people that like when videos are slow, I'm a one-man crew. So when you look at stuff like the video that I just did, I say that as like Flux is back there building a dart catch for me. He doesn't help me on the filming side of stuff yet. We will get to that point. It's when I can pay him more. But the whole idea of like, I do all of it. I do all the filming, I do all the editing, and usually all the whole setup and everything, that's all on me. So it's kind of hard and kind of slow sometimes. Like with this video, for instance, I did a bunch of work on Thursday and I wanted to have the video out Thursday, but after I got done filming, I was like, I need to sit here, I need to take a break, I need to think about stuff, because there's things that I don't like about what I just did. So basically waited until the next day to start filming again. That's where I refilmed the entire outro to try to make it more concise so the video wasn't 30 minutes long. And I want to try to get my videos no more than 15 minutes long. But when you count in like, you know, a 2-minute ad spot in there, you know, it's kind of hard to keep videos under 15 minutes when there's a lot to talk about with something like this, especially when I had to crony it and fire test it with 3 different spring setups. And that's considering the fact that you can have more. You can, like, there's more ways to tune this to make it hit 150 and stuff like that. But I also, the whole shooting it, I did it on camera where I, you know, test fired it and it shot through the moving blanket, the sound dampening material, and was like, well, maybe I should get that on camera. And that was like a last minute decision where I had already edited the video and I just grabbed the camera, set it up, shot it through so you could see it hit the door and bounce back. And that honestly might have saved the entire video. That one, like 3-second shot might have been the reason why people actually clicked and stayed on the video. And that's the kind of decisions that it's hard to always come up with that stuff when you're by yourself. And we're really hoping, especially with this summer coming along, that there's going to be a lot more collaboration and a lot more cool stuff coming. We have some amazing ideas that we're executing on, and we're going to be hitting this summer really, really hard. It's going to be wild. I guarantee you we're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff that you won't see anywhere else. What was that spam? Oh, they're dead now. Hey, Walcom, if you're ever looking to offload the Ranger, let me know. It matches my colors. It really does match your color scheme perfectly. I don't know if I could do that, man. I don't like selling stuff or giving stuff away when somebody makes something for me. You know what I mean? That always leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Opinion on goldfish? Like the pet or the food? How's your allergies doing? Funny you should mention that, Noah, because this morning I was really sniffling and I did have to take a Zyrtec, but I'm feeling fine now. Matrix Mag Mod comments. I will be doing that. I have a plan for that. I definitely want to get in on that. When will you review the Minecraft blasters? That's the thing. Like, I could do it tomorrow, but I don't know if I want to because they're all disappointing. Is NERF Zombie Strike discontinued? I think most old school NERF lines are dead now, to be perfectly honest. It doesn't really seem like we're getting anything anymore. It's like Elite 2.0, Rival, Hyper, Ultra, and then they're just gonna do Fortnite, Minecraft, and crap like that. That's the thing. Like, every blaster is the same now, and it's starting to tick me off. It's like they just completely have given up on making anything remotely interesting. And that's funny, because like the stuff that I'm interested in that compact SMG. But I don't think it's going to be good. I'm just interested to see what they've done. Totally fair. Can't blame a guy for trying. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Hope you're having a good Easter, everyone. Yes, for those of you, happy Easter. Tomorrow's Easter Sunday, for those that celebrate it. Will you be at the UMBC HVZ this month? No, straight up. Aha, super. So you were the one designated as the Easter Bunny constructor. I mean, to be fair, he can also use this whole setup. As can freaking Lucha, who's probably going to get the most use out of it, because freaking Lucha. Will you do a Mayfly video? I've thought about it. What about you? Have you printed one yet? The motorized, magazine-fed, microfly-wheeled Maverick. That's a Dr. Flux thing. There's a lot of stuff you've been doing recently. I might ask you if I can borrow for a video, because when it comes to like actually building 3D printed stuff, that's like what Flux lives for. And I'm kind of, it eats up a lot of my time. And I just don't have the energy to do it.
Anything I have, you can take a look at.
Yeah, I think I might have to make a list. Thoughts on 3D printed Villainator drums? It would take 2.5 days to make one, but I want to give it a try. I mean, yeah, the printing out like the drum for the what is that blaster called? The Megalodon. Like that took a long time, but it's so worth it. Thanks, Kingston. Oh, we had teriyaki for lunch and it was amazing. As for having like spare 3D printed ones, that's up to you, Ty. I mean, it's not a very good idea for like a loadout, but you can do it kind of thing. That's like going and getting a tomahawk and having extra tomahawk drums. Like, Can you do it? Yes. Should you? Probably not. Please tell me your opinion on the Matrix Fire from Dark Zone. Matrix Fire, I did a review on it, and I thought it was pretty okay. It's funny that it never occurred to me to have, like, see how fast it could actually empty a magazine or something. After seeing that, I really wish I had... Do you have a V-twin by chance, Flux? Because the only V-twin I had, I killed... And I bet you could definitely, like, you could do the same thing that they did with the Matrix Fire. So I'm pretty sure it has the same firing mech, the same little spinning wheel. Never occurred to me to do that. Target is having a sale on Ultra AccuStrike darts. Now, what's a sale? Target NERF. Oh my God, phone. What the heck was that? Are you talking about Ultra? You said Ultra AccuStrike. Yeah, Ultra. Oh my God, I cannot type a single thing. There we go. $5.50 a pack?
That's not bad. These are like $10 a pack.
Yeah, it's $12 a pack, I think. Except for it says pickup not available, delivery not available, and shipping not available. I mean, I guess you just have to go in and see if they have it. Which kind of blows. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks pretty hard. All their Target stuff is on sale. Like that skeet shooting targets under 20. They have some kind of flip digital target that's like $12 right now. That's not too bad. NERF Mega XL is $4.50 a pack right now at Target. That's really cheap. Long arm is 9 whole ducats. Let's see. Let's go to NERF on the phone and just see what they've got. Clearing out space. And if you spend $100, save $25 on toys. Huh. I'll say, huh. Sorry, I'm like looking through the list of stuff to see if there's anything I have to have. Have you seen the Moto Blitz of Elite 2.0? Yes. And the new Hyper Blaster? Yes, I have seen both of those. I didn't prepare the stream for it. Moto Blitz we have talked about twice now on stream. And that's an interesting blaster. I'm really curious to see how it turns out. And then the newest announcement, I think it was last week, we would have covered it, but it's still fresh, is there was 2 NERF Hyper Blasters that were leaked. One of them, name and price only. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like $53. And then the other one was the NERF Fuel, I think it was. The NERF Fuel 20. It's a $20 blaster, holds 20 rounds. It's like a Jolt T-Prime with a 20-round hopper on the top of it, which to me seems like it would be great. Because the Rush 40 was the best pistol, so if this is like, you know, 2/3 the size of the Rush 40, I could say it's a good pistol. Also says it holds 20 rounds and comes with 20 rounds. It probably holds more than that, but Hasbro learned their lesson. Nerf Rival Flex is on sale for $7 at Target. Fortnite RL, $15. Mega XL, $5.50 for the refill pack. That's a pretty good deal. Is what full auto or semi-auto? The fuel? The fuel is going to wind up being semi-auto. It's pullback prime. And the Moto Blitz is semi-auto. What's your favorite vintage blaster? That's a hard one. Triple torch, maybe? 95 crossbow. Manta. I really like the Manta shooting mega darts. I wish the Manta was less crappy because they break really easily. I would be so happy. Yeah, change the plastic from that stupid brittle plastic. Yeah, that'd be a cool thing, but that's Hasbro doing something good. Like, legitimately, when was the last time Hasbro did something amazingly good? Remember, no full auto in a building and the world falls apart eventually. Hold on, did the Longshot already get a reskin? Several. The Longshot has a lot of re-releases. The last of which being the Icons Longshot, which I think you could still buy. Yeah, I literally, it's at Target right now. So I was hinted that there was going to be more Icon, and then it never happened. Just kind of silly. Oh, yeah. Fortnite GL is still a thing. Man, Fortnite GL was a huge bundle of sad. Yeah, I liked it, but NERF? What the hell? NERF Super Soaker Robo Blaster by Wowie. Automatic soaker blasting machine drenches you in water. What the hell? I'm really confused. It's only 30 ducats, so it can't be anything special. Huh. That's weird. I've never even seen this thing before. Was it at my local? Yeah, it's at my local Target for $30. Yeah, it's called the Robo Blaster. It's a super soaker that has like targets where if you knock down the target, it looks like it will shoot that side. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. That might be worth picking up and doing a video on because that's just bizarre. You can find that at Target. It's the NERF Super Soaker Robo Blaster. That's something new. I've never heard of that. NERF Super Soaker Roblox Shark Bite. That's new. I haven't seen that before. Is any of this like actually new? Has anybody heard of this? Because this is the first time. NERF Super Soaker Roblox Big Paintball. Goss. That's another. These are brand new. I haven't heard of anybody. I mean, it's freaking NERF Super Soaker, so who cares? But oh, it's over here. You actually managed to kill a battery, eh? Man. And that seems to be it. There's some more NERF laser strike stuff I haven't seen, but it's just little pistols and chest receivers. The Goss is tiny, is it? Super Soaker Fortnite Harpoon. It's kind of actually cool. Sucks that like most of the Super Soaker stuff's just god awful. And I think I'm out of new Nerf stuff, or Nerf stuff at Target. Nope. Wasn't a whole lot interesting that's on sale. Have you heard of the Nerf Dino Squad Armor Strike? Yep. Yes, I have. And that thing is a sin against God. Opinions on the X-Shot Fast Fill water gun line. They're new Super Soakers out of 10. Arguably, I think the Fast Fill stuff's pretty cool. But at the same time, it's like, they're not like really good Super Soakers. Have you done a review on the Stampede? Yes. The Super Soaker robot, that's been available for a bit. That's crazy. I've never seen it. It's kind of cool. Legitimately, it's kind of nifty. Is your 50 BMG the most powerful Nerf gun you have? I mean, by FPS, no, but I don't know. It doesn't shoot the same ammunition as everything else. Yes, Supa, I'm well aware of my sin against godhood. I heard FNAF at NERF is a thing. Haven't heard anything about that, but I wouldn't put it past Hasbro. I got a brand new, opened, but never used Nerf Fortnite BAR for 20 bucks at Goodwill. That's a pretty good price. I need to get the Ripley ARL. That might be hard for me to get. I'm kind of worried about it, but I need the Ripley AR. It was on clearance. I've literally seen it at Ross and didn't pick it up. Yeah, now it's the only one I'm missing. I have all of them now. I wasn't expecting to get my hands on the Goosebumps one, but now I got the Goosebumps one. It's like, well, I'm literally missing one to complete the set, and I'd like to mount them all on the wall. Should I get an Nexus Pro if I already have a pump action long shot tuned to hit similar velocities? That's up to you. I mean, if you already have the thing, it's like, do you need to waste the money? That's up to you. It's whatever you're doing. It's going to be way smaller than a long shot. Thinner anyway. Yeah, that armor strike. Man, what the heck is Hasbro thinking? I don't even know how American Foam got that. Yeah, he did a video on it like a month ago. Because I can't actually find a picture of it. The only person I know that has one is him. And it is a joke. Because I think he said it cost him like 45 bucks for what is essentially the same thing as the Ember Strike, arguably worse. Have you heard of the Travis Scott? Yeah, that's the Goosebumps one. I have that one now. Have you done a mod of the Nexus Pro? Not really. No, you can though. You can buy kits and stuff for them. How well does that AK-style magwell work? In the actual, when I cut it down really thin like that, you okay? It actually worked surprisingly well, believe it or not. I don't know where the blaster is off the top of my head to show you, but yeah, I haven't had mags fall out or anything. It works. What clued me in to do that was it was a Buzzbee like crossbow that had a really thin magwell like that. Are you actually able to mod an uppercut? You could brass barrel it, I'm sure. The uppercut, the worst blaster. God, I hope that's one of those ones that becomes like stupidly rare because I have like 6 of them in package. Besides cost cutting, what is your theory on why Nerf has gotten to this point? Oh, I can tell you their butt hurt. I guarantee you Nerf is butt hurt. They kind of lost their edge, to be perfectly honest. Are they swimming in cash and have literally nothing to worry about? Yeah. Yeah, they're fine. They're not upset in the fact other than like some small company comes out of nowhere and just starts dunking on them, and like all of their free content's like all of us content creators, like, yeah, Nerf's bad. Like, and then like the ones who are like super pro Hasbro, it's like, yeah, they basically can't do anything other than say like, yeah, Nerf is great for kids, and then either say everything bad about Dart Zone, or, they have to review Dart Zone separately. It's like, this is great for adults. And that's whatever. There was a point in time where they were good for everything, but it's like a combination of things. It's the perfect storm for us to like really turn on Nerf. One, they started cheaping out on basically everything. So they're cutting corners at every possible junction on all their product. With the exception of, I think, like it feels like Ultra and Hyper are still like getting the original design quality we know and love from Nerf. But yeah, you can buy a Nerf blaster that has a completely, it turns out the, what's that thing called? The Sideswipe. Jose opened one, and the catch in it is entirely plastic. Plastic catch spring, half moon catch, so it like you have no upgrade potential basically for it. And that's one of the problems, is like all these blasters are so cheap now that like you can't modify them, which is, I guess it saves Hasbro pennies, but it makes us less likely to want to use them. They're very expensive compared to their counterparts, which they've been expensive for a long time, and it feels like Hasbro is like, yeah, Nerf is so expensive, we can't make it any cheaper anymore. Because if we go and make stuff cheaper, then people are like not getting the Nerf quality or something like that. It's just insane to me. Because like they're the most expensive, yet they cut corners everywhere. And then where it actually matters, which you can try to say performance does not matter. And to you, maybe that's true. But to 99.9% of consumers, every single one of them wants faster firing, harder hitting, more accurate, and higher capacity. That is almost all they want. And that is like, Nerf they're done. Like, they made Hyper, and it bombed. They made Mega XL, and it's pretty much gone. Like, Mega XL had the shortest lifespan, I think. I would be astounded if there's more Mega XL coming out, because they've like basically pulled it off shelves. They're fire sailing all of the ammo. Yeah, it's like, it's gone. Like, it's basically gone now. And the Ultra, it took them what? Like 9 blasters to get Ultra to even be like remotely good? And in my opinion, the Nerf Ultra, like, AccuStrike darts are good. And I think that makes Ultra a compelling product for the sole reason that these darts hit insane ranges for the amount of kinetic energy they actually hit you with. I do think Ultra is compelling, but they're not, like, once they hit, like, okay, we got the new Ultra, pinpoint darts or whatever. What are they doing? Like, we know of like 2 blasters coming out. We got the Speed and the Striker, or whatever it is. Like, they should be hammering Ultra right now. And then Elite 2.0 is just just dumpster fire. It is, the problem with Elite 2.0 is that when you buy it, the quality control in designs is completely all over the place. It goes from Alpha Strike to maybe 75% of Elite original quality. And anything in between. You'll buy one blaster for $20 that's clipped together and absolutely horrible, and you'll buy another one that actually almost feels like a quality product. And there's really no rhyme or reason for it. It, like, from day one, Elite 2.0 just felt like a slight evolution of the standard Alpha Strike stuff. Man, it's a huge problem. And so basically in every single way, they're kind of failing their fans. And then on top of all of that, all of these brand name deals are all for like, it's weird because like they're not all, but a lot of them are for like Minecraft. What does Minecraft and Dart Blasters have anything to do with each other? Like, Roblox And sure, there's shooting games on Roblox, and then you have like the Bees Blaster and all this stuff. And then you like, the designs they choose for Roblox stuff is like really dumb. Like the Shark Seeker, like people are like, oh, I love it. That's like my favorite game of all time, Walcom. It's like, I guess. But I feel like the half-life of games in Roblox is incredibly short. I feel like Roblox games are not ethereal. They do not live forever. They will eventually just be gone and forgotten because they're glorified Flash games. And then you move on to what? Like they're doing the Halo one, which is super interesting. Or they've done the Halo ones, but they really didn't lean into that very hard at all. But that was actually pretty good. Like, I don't have many complaints other than the fact that the Mangler could have, and the Mangler and the Bulldog could have been much better. And then we move on to, like, they're doing a Destiny one. That's pretty cool. They're doing an Aliens Blaster, which is kind of crazy. But then it's like sitting here like, okay, well, the Aliens Blaster and the Destiny Blaster aren't made for 8-year-olds. So, are we still doing blasters for kids? At what point, like, skipping a whole bunch, like, making terrible quality control and stuff like that and making dumb design decisions doesn't, like, work? Or are we doing blasters for adults, but then at the same point, like, now they're way weaker than they need to be. And they're way too expensive. So, pretty much every single thing that could go wrong from, like, our community standpoint with NERF has gone wrong. With the killer app being, we've outgrown NERF. Like, we used to, like, it's funny, because, like, if you go back to, like, 2018, 2017, it's like, NERF still put out a lot of stinkers. A lot of bad blasters that nobody really cared about. It was the 2 or 3 a year that were, like, amazing. The Chronos. You know, most, like, things like the Strife, the Rapid Strike, stuff like that. It's like, those were all big winners. But now it's like, why would you spend the $90 on this NERF thing when you could spend maybe half of that on a Chinese thing that hits just as hard? And it's arguably, in many cases, better quality. And if you want to have the components of higher-end NERF, that faster firing, harder hitting, etc., it's like, we have that option now. Buyable. Like, you don't have to put this together. You take it out of the package, put your battery in it, fill up your mag, put it in, and you're ready to go. That's a big deal. Because we've never really had that before. It really limited what our community could do. Our outreach as a community was incredibly limited, because if you wanted like a high-end blaster, you had the option of buying a 3D printed kit, paying somebody to mod a blaster for you, buying a pre-assembled blaster or a pre-modded blaster, commissioning somebody to build the blaster kit that you bought, buying the blaster off the shelf and modifying it. Like, there's so many ways that it was just, you couldn't just buy a thing. And now, the best thing that's ever happened to our hobby has happened. You can go to a Target or a Walmart. Sorry for everybody outside the US, I don't know what to tell you, but you know, you could go to a Target or a Walmart in the US and buy a 150 to 160 FPS blaster for $40 that's mag-fed pump action and all the darts you need. And that, like, the second that happened, we used to spend $200 on building a decent pump action retaliator. Not a problem anymore. Now you pay $50 and get basically what you need. You want to make it hit 200, 220? Dump $100 into it. Or buy a Swift. Or buy a Z100. Or all of these other things. Like, that is huge. Are we, like, at the pinnacle of the hobby? Nowhere close. For example, I have these sitting in front of me. One of the heads came off in the package, great. But these are apparently the best darts you can get. But they're also hilariously expensive. I will do a full video on these, maybe even tomorrow, I'm not sure. But they're the Dragon Darts, I think is what they're called. And to put it bluntly, they are foam, they're short darts, but the foam is quite literally the same stuff that Ultra's made out of, but the head tip is identical to the Adventure Force Pro Darts. And like, this is just one little experiment that is apparently really good. It's like, and honestly, the 50 caliber foam dart probably isn't even the best way to go. I mean, everybody's like, I don't want to change all my blaster. I don't want new ammo because I don't want to have to worry about a new thing. Well, then short darts were a thing. And there, you could go back 5 years, and I bet you Walcom was saying short darts are stupid. But that was solely because you couldn't get short darts very easily. You had to basically make them, or you had to buy very expensive, stupid boxes of worker darts where half the heads, like, they were basically one-time use darts. And now you can just buy, now that I can go to Walmart and buy Precise Pro Darts or whatever they are, just right off the shelf, Adventure Force Max Darts and stuff like that, I don't care. Like, short darts are basically everything. Everything I have, I basically want to do short darts. I'm done with full-length darts. Because full-length darts have pretty much always been bad. Now, I'm still on board with, like, Mega, but I'm sitting here with this thing in front of me. It's like, man, it'd be probably cool if we had, like, cut-down Mega Darts or something, and this thing was made for it. Or some other design like that. Like, our hobby can change drastically. And it does. Like, that, honestly, is probably the coolest thing about, like, this community and this hobby in general. For example, the biggest thing that's really happened that affected pretty much high-end Nerf this year was the advent of this, like, the bearing scar. Like, that's a new thing that is catching on in the hobby that further pushes us more forward to better accuracy, you know, higher FPS and everything like that, much more efficient and consistent shots. Like, it's cool. This hobby changes so drastically from some of the dumbest ways. It just never really makes sense. AccuRival, that's another thing. AccuRival actually seems pretty good. They were designed for the Challenger Mark III. I'm going to test them in some pump action thing first. Anyone else excited for my Nerf Limited Blaster? The Boba Fett one? No, not really. It's like Nerf doesn't want to grow up, staying with a younger audience. It's actually more like Nerf wants to appeal to a younger audience than what they were doing before. That's the thing that puzzles me. Because Nerf Elite, like the original Nerf Elite line, that was perfectly acceptable for like kids and adults alike. That's like when people complain about Nerf grips and stuff like that, that's because for the longest time, like, it's not hard to make a grip that's good for both kids and good for adults. And for the longest time, like, it was easy to get that. It wasn't a problem. And like Nerf Elite, like, the blasters looked good. They performed well. All of them had, wow, that's a ring. All of them had really good upgrade paths and stuff like that. Like, that's not a thing anymore. And I am absolutely freaking amazed that Nerf has just gone, like, the direct opposite of embracing any kind of modification. I don't mean they have to literally make their blasters moddable, but I'm surprised they haven't made a Nerf line where you can, like, upgrade the power, downgrade the power, and all that kind of stuff. Like an X-Mods line or something like that with, like, different flywheel cages and battery sources and stuff like that. I'm super surprised Nerf has not done to that. When they announced Nerf Modulus, I was so hoping that's what it was. It turns out Nerf Modulus was a joke. Also a line that's dead. There is no Nerf Modulus seemingly coming out anymore. Are you going to compete in the Dart Zone Pro thing? No, I'm not. Nerf needs to have a line for adults. See, here's the thing that's like going on through somebody at Nerf's head. They're dumb. They're absolutely making the stupidest decisions as a man. I'm actually surprised this hasn't become a thing yet. But basically, their whole guy is like, oh, well, we don't want anybody to get hurt by a Nerf blaster, even though if you take like a Mega Dart from a Cyclone Shock point blade in the eye, it'll probably cause a lot of damage, if not blind you. But what they're worried about is like, oh, we don't want somebody modifying our blasters and really hurting someone. But in the same breath, it's like the Pandora's box has already been opened on that front because Dart Zone Pro exists. And if Dart Zone Pro like hurts somebody, they're gonna call it, like, I'm sure until Hasbro rings up the people who made the article, they're gonna call it a Nerf blaster or a Nerf gun. They're not gonna go Adventure Force blaster, like nobody knows what that is. They're gonna go Nerf gun causes, you know, person to lose eye.
What about 100 FPS hyper round to the eye?
Yeah, Flux says, what about 100 FPS hyper round? Like, I was commenting on this thing, like, with the Mega Dart shooting stupidly hard. I guarantee you, I do not want to be hit by a hyper round going 200 FPS. I feel like that's going to be like a solid slug. That might literally be a riot round from Nerf. You're going to have SWAT teams filling up 12 gauge. Oh my God, I want to do that so bad. Oh God. Oh, Flux. Oh, I want to go down there, open up one of my 12 gauge shells, and fill it full of hyper. Oh my God. Oh, I want to do it so bad. Why can I not do that for YouTube and not have the entire community just destroy me for it? Oh, that would be so much fun. Oh my God, I would love to see that. Oh, putting your hands up tweaks the mic? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God, I want to do that. No, I mean, to be fair, like, probably still get away with it. How far well, you said there's a range nearby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but an actual range won't let me do that. We'd have to go to like a quarry or something. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh. Like literally, like, oh. That's a whole video. That's literally a whole video. Go to Walmart, buy, 20 pack of Target loads, open them up, dump out all, dump out all the BBs, the steel shot, and just fill them full of Nerf hyper. Oh my goodness. How do you have to recrimp the round after that, don't you? Can you just fold it back down? I don't. Okay. Like, are they hard to get? Do I have to go like Bass Pro Shop or something? Get like a shotgun? Yeah. Yeah, I've never actually recrimped a shotgun shell. I guess I have to watch. It's been a while since I've watched like a Tauflader Mouse video. I have to see how they do it. Oh, that would be such a good video though. I'm tempted. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be telling kids to do it, so. But anytime you have fire, like you put firearm related content on your YouTube channel, it's a way you can't go back. Like YouTube will forever hate you. Oh. I know. I do technically have another channel. Man. Demolition Iceberg. Pretty much. I still want to know if it would be worth modding their Halo MA5B. It's basically a better Raven. Yeah, there is no Mark IV yet that we know of. Will there be one? Most likely next October, or this October. You can lightly reseal it with wax if you're feeling unsure. Sure enough. Then you're shooting a wax slug at someone. And I have a single shot break action too that would be perfect for something like that. Oh man. It's like I need to revisit the skipping water, the darts off water. Because when I did that, I didn't have like the power that I have now. Demo Ranch collab. I wish Matt would, that would be cool. Is MA5B the only Halo nerf? I thought that was the MA40. I forget what the designation of the Halo rifle is. No, there's the Mangler, the Bulldog, and there's a Needler Nerf Limited. There's a Needler Nerf Micro Shot, and there's a Spanker Nerf Micro Shot. You are acknowledged, Itachi Uchiha. I'm going to mod the Fortnite BAR into an AUG. What do you think? I think Dr. Flux already did that. Yeah, he did. The Fortnite BAR, you made it look like an AUG.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I made it full auto.
Full auto and painted it green.
I sold that.
You get good money for it? It's not too bad. I think you could have gotten more. Oh, okay. Wait, what is a Nerf Limited Halo like? Well, it's $100 for a speed swarm that lights up and looks vaguely like a Halo Needler. Shoot Hyper out of a Nerf Hydro Cannon. I could. I have like 7 Hydro Cannons, you know. Pardon my yawn. It was the MA40. Thank you, James. What is the Mr. Doctor doing down there? He is finishing the dart catch. I started it, he looked at it and went, I can do better. And I went, by all means, please, sir. I will buy you dinner. How did that light work? Like when you opened the door down there?
Second step.
Okay. I was hoping like I was hoping the door itself would like trigger it. Oh, I just realized I could flip it upside down.
Oh, yeah.
And that will give you a better angle. The news on the Ultra Speed is something that's tempting, but the only reason I would get it, will it sound cool, weird firing Ultra Screamer darts? Again, I honestly feel like, I definitely feel like the Ultra Speed, if they had a drum mag, would be very compelling, or some other type of magazine. But with 12 round mags, it's a joke. Nerf could have made double stack mags, man. Did you buy my Nerf Limited? Did you buy my Nerf Limited? No, I did not. I mean, I should have, but I didn't. Is it still, it's not obtainable anymore, is it? The Boba Fett one?
I don't know.
I actually completely forgot about the Boba Fett one. Because I was sick when that dropped. Yeah. Well, that's not coming out until next October, I don't think. The Mandalorian sniper rifle, so awful. God. Screw anyone that said, "Oh, you don't understand, it's such a good Nerf. $120 you steal for that." It's like, it's funny because like every single fandom that Hasbro has their like hands in is ticked at them. Seems like all the G.I. Joe guys are mad. Seems like all the Transformer guys are mad. Seems like all the Beyblade guys are mad. And all the Nerf people, or all the Nerf, what the heck? We're all mad at them for everything. What do you think of the Worker Nightingale? I don't know. I'll find out next week. Mine should be here Wednesday. Fair enough. Thoughts on Hunt Showdown? It's one of those games I've been watching for quite some time and have wanted to play, but have never bit the bullet. Mostly because I just probably don't have time. Actually, I wonder how Hunt Showdown runs on the Steam Deck. I'm really hoping my Steam Deck ships soon. What did you fly out of Washington for recently? Oh my God. The Modern Rogue was doing their Founders Day picnic, and they wanted us out there to shoot NERF stuff, like to, not like videos with them, but they wanted us to like have a booth, like they wanted us to run NERF games, but the area they gave us was too small for that, so we set up like a shooting range. And I do have footage of that, and people loved it, but I'm not sure if I'll make a video on it or not. I may. If not, I'll edit the footage down really easily, and I'll have it for like the next stream we do. What is your favorite gun off the top of your head? Well, blaster, first of all, and right now, I am really quite partial to the Phoenix 2.0 with the select fire kit, but also the pew pew is a thing, and the pew pew just kind of dumps all over that. So do you have the mesh facing upwards? That are you?
Mesh will be down.
Okay, that's why you're stapling it to the side with the mesh. Perfect. It won't. Crytek refuses to update the ERC to work with Linux. Figures. What are your views on bananas? They are delicious in smoothies. Crap, I could go for a smoothie. Wife, go grab stuff for smoothie. Also 68 people. That's actually pretty good. We normally get about 100, but it's a slow day. We're being slow. We don't really have anything planned. We've been working on the dart catch. So that's all fine. Spectrum or Villainator? Ooh. I'm going to say Spectrum. What about you, Flux?
Spectrum.
Spectrum is what he says as well. Walcom recommend a good LiPo battery for the Mark III. Whatever one any like out of darts is selling. I honestly don't think you need a LiPo for the Mark III. I think a LiPo is almost pointless on a Mark III. If you're buying a Mark III to stuff a LiPo in it, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, that's what the Mark III is pretty much good for being. It's cool that it has the option to do full auto, because then it would make it a pretty good little sidearm. Like if you had it slung, you'd flip it into full auto. So if you had to really just lift it, just spray darts as much as you can at 2 darts a second, 2.5 darts a second. But like really the Mark III shines the fact that it's 150 to 160 FPS flywheeler that uses AA's. And semi-auto with it is buttery smooth. Shit. They're gonna be somewhere over there. Funniest part, yeah, I was using them to cut the stuff. So they're gonna be on the table, or they're gonna be over on the firing bench. They got blue handle, I think. Planning on making a purchase soon. Would you recommend a Nexus or the Striker more? Probably the Striker, to be perfectly honest. They're about the same thing, though. Technically, if you're planning on upgrading it with like off-the-shelf, well, I say off-the-shelf, if you're planning on doing upgrades because you want more, I would recommend buying the Nexus just because it has more stuff. And Gurten Frogin donated $10 through Super Chat. They didn't say anything, though. So I'll be checking the chat, but thank you very much for the 10 ducats. I believe it's a bear. It's a bear that's donating money. Rival Jupiter or Lepus? Ooh. What's your opinion? Well, probably.
Well, price an issue.
Is price an issue? I'm going to say Lepus.
I'll say overall Lepus, but if it's no, like if I have to, I can do that.
I mean, if you're planning on doing the whole shebang with like a Hurricane pack or whatever they call it, then yeah, Lepus, obviously, or Jupiter.
Yeah.
But if you're planning, you just want something that dumps darts. Really, the Lepus is a mag holder that dumps mags. I have $225 to spend on a blaster. What community one should I get? Have you bought a Lynx yet? That's gonna be my like Silver Fox making you a Lynx or something if they still have them in stock. Yeah, Lynx is kind of like the best. Hey, Solanese, nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. What would be a good secondary for an 11-year-old? Probably something flywheeler. What's your opinion on turning a Springer into a flywheeler or vice versa? Could be done. Could be done. It's a GMO penguin bear. My rival mag jams up when loading. Feeder turns a bit. It's a 7-rounder. Just got. Is that normal? Rival mag jams up when loading. It really shouldn't. Could just be a bad mag. Itachi, I'm gonna ignore you because you keep spamming and you should know better than that. It's like, it's really, really annoying. There's other people here besides just you. Walcom, could you shoot some answers off the top of your head as to why my Stampede won't fire despite having new batteries? It's a Stampede. There's like 30 different things that could be wrong. Magazine, darts, gears broken, plunger tube not lubed, plunger tube not sealing, something misaligned, timing is off. God, I hate the Stampede. Oh, you mean it like literally won't turn on? Like make sure first of all you have the selector switch on. And yeah, it might be corroded. I mean, if you're literally getting nothing, no power out of it, then yeah, it's an electrical issue. Granted, the Stampede's actually pretty simple when it comes to electricals, because it's literally just one motor. Like one big boy motor. I figured it was not normal. It gets 5 rounds and the feeder gets stuck. It's a 7-round mag. What came with the 7-round mag? I think I guess it would only be I think the finisher came with one. And the Apollo. Do you think we should have double stack talons? I don't know if double stack talons would work. I always wondered about having like a talon, like a double stack magazine that necked up into a single thing, but in the magazine it had like a polyurethane sheet wall that would keep the darts separated from each other and cause it to not stick. I kind of always wondered if that would work. Walcom, would you choose a Chronos or a Takedown? Probably a Chronos, just because there's so much more mod potential for a Chronos. You still looking for scissors? Son of a dill dickles. And I'm gonna check the over here really quick. There's a decent chance they're over here too. Doesn't look like it. I have a big boy pair of scissors. Are they in that rack, the tool rack? Well, while I'm over here, I'm gonna get myself a soda. A sody pop. Everything's all messed up because everything was being moved. Have you talked to Monkey Mods about getting a Colonel Wasp 76? Yes. I bought the Megalodon shotgun drum. It's on its way. Any closing thoughts on it? As long as it's been like, you know, printed well, it's stupid good. I got that zero sugar Mountain Dew Spark. The volcano pistol? Hey, Gerton, can you link that? Because I have not seen it. Oh, is it? No, mine. I'm really good at that. I may have to tag you in or something.
Pretty low. Let me look up.
Do you think we should have blasters made out of premium quality materials like metal and polymers? Yeah, I don't see why not. People will spend money on it. God, I literally just used them. Hold on. Yeah, but it's like, that's like the most expensive plastic, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, because like apparently, what is it, the new Saber is like, oh, it's still got a whole Delrin body, but they just changed out the internals from being, like, and it's like they managed to cut the price in half? Yeah, I'm like really confused about that. Nothing that company does makes a whole lot of sense to me. Man, sorry, everyone, I literally just used them. They're probably stuck somewhere, probably right over here. No. Oh, man. I just used them. So I had to use them to like cut the burlap and stuff. They were on the floor. And they're probably in here now, aren't they? Oh. 100% they were on the floor over here. They were down here on the floor. And then you cleaned up all the darts. And that's when they went missing. Is that gonna work? Because I had to use them to cut the burlap. So I want to know where my scissors went. Figures. Well then. Alrighty then. I have an original deploy I never used. Are you interested? I have several, Joshua, but thank you. Would you rather use a rival takedown or a Saturn? Probably a Saturn, just because it has slam fire, and slam fire is fun.
I just want to go back.
What would you do if you had your own foam flinging company? Or if you were the owner of Hasbro? I would definitely be trying to build a community and try to make a sport and build it up from there. Need to see your 8 million recons. That's not a joke. We have a lot of recons. The recons have recons. I have a recon for every recon for every recon. I would love to do a video where we just fill up all the 18 round mags all the recons and just dump and throw, dump, throw, dump, throw. It'd be like 15 minutes straight of firing.
What Scoop Challenge does for
420, I think.
you probably can do it. Recon.
I actually did one of those for the Pew Pew. And never finished the video because that was before we figured out with the Pew Pew to change the mag. It has like a thing where it's like, oh, it shoots 15 rounds on full auto, which is like not enough. If you could partner with another Nerf creator you haven't yet, who would it be? Also, who would you look up to for inspiration when you started? Most of my inspiration for Nerf stuff wasn't through like a Nerf channel. Honestly, like my biggest inspiration right now for like is a whole bunch of different Nerf channels. I try to like pick a little bit from everybody. All the channels that I respect, like, you know, Linus Tech Tips and stuff like that. If I could partner with another Nerf creator that I haven't yet, there's a huge list. I'd like to get Valor over. That's somebody I'd love to do some videos with. American Foam would probably be a fun video too. Coop, but I don't think Coop likes me. PDK, because I've hung out with Paul. Paul's fun. I think we could do a fun video. Paul is the right amount of dumb funny in his content. Burrito challenges and stuff like that. I think that would be fun. Are there any worthwhile Slingfire upgrade kits? Technically, yes, Flawed, but also technically no. I don't think any of those kits work all that well. What happened to the podcast with Jingular? I haven't talked to Jingular in a very long time. I actually don't know. I obviously have this kind of set up for that. So this was something I definitely wanted to have like done before like Jingular and I worked on something, because this is I've fixed my audio. I've got this streaming set up that I still need to tinker with, but pardon me. This would be a really good idea. Have a good night, Noah. Happy Easter. What's your lapel mic? It's like $100 freaking Rode one with like a Kevlar stupid cord, which I tried to use for videos, and it hates me in the studio. I pop it left, right, front, and center. I don't think that's happening right now because I'm not nearly as animated as I would be in front of the camera in the studio. But yeah, it did not work. It was very frustrating. I chased audio issues for like a solid 2 weeks. I just accepted the fact that I probably have too big of a voice for a lav mic. American Foam seems like such a chill guy to hang out with. I agree. Buff Daddy 2. Man, I want to... That would be fun. Now that you mention it, Valor, I was going to... Because what I do right now is I have the Rode Video Mic MTG that I use on the table in front of me. And I was just going to buy, I think it's only like $30. I was going to buy a boom arm for it. I might do that. It's actually kind of cool though, because when I use the Rode, the Rode Wireless Go's, like outside and stuff, they work really well. The sound quality is excellent. And then like what, 3 months, 4 months after I bought the Rode, the Rode ones, DJI comes out with a better one. Have you seen the DJI has a mic set like this now too? Yeah, they look a lot better. Man, that thing sounds mean. I have that like turned up to max, by the way. So if it's like, oh, okay. It slaps. If only it could propel a dart. I actually don't know the type of computer virus, but I actually remember the first time I got a virus on my computer. I was playing StarCraft online, and there was a virus where apparently, I didn't know you could do this, but you could save, I think it was either the game or like a replay or something during an online match. And apparently there was an exploit where they could basically force your computer to save, but it was saving a virus. And all I remember it doing was completely effing up my install for StarCraft Brood War. And couldn't play that anymore. Because it just said like, playing it is like, I don't remember why. I think we were blowing the guy up or whatever. Like it was like a 1v1v1v1 on Bloodbath. And the guy was super salty. So it just says saving replay virus. And then immediately the game crashed and I couldn't start it back up. I believe I wiped my computer to play again. Like, that was the first time I remember getting computer virus. Like, I had no idea. Like, I'd heard of a computer virus. I watched Reboot. But, yeah, I had no, that was horrible. Nice to see the beard trim went well. No, it's funny because like I don't think he even did a whole lot with the beard trim except for shave down the sides. But then he told me to stop shaving my cheeks and let this grow out. So. Flux said which cheeks. DZP Mark 1 or Jetsita S? Jetsita S. The DZP Mark 1's not very good in my opinion. Yeah, I like the Sita. I still like the Sita. Pretty sure they're dead. I don't think they were gonna bring out a pistol, and then I think the Aeon Pro kind of deflated their opinion of doing a pistol. And the last thing I saw is like, yeah, I think they're done. I think Dart Zone basically killed, which sucks, but yeah, they were so close. There was a good like 6 to 8 months where I thought Jet was really cool. And then, yeah, Dart Zone just kind of ate their lunch. Get a Game Face Prime. It's still cheap as hell on Amazon. I still have not ever opened my Game Face Prime. Excuse me. Overtime, do you think X-Shot can do better than NERF? Yes, they have a thing coming out that could change the way things work. Lepus or Out of Darts Jupiter? I'm going to go with Lepus, unless you're planning on doing like the Hurricane pack. What is that thing called? Proton pack. Huh? Yeah, that's chat in a nutshell. They always read. Like, the same person will ask that question, and there's like that 5-second delay when I'll answer it. I swear to God, they're like, Lepus or Out of Darts Jupiter, and then they throw their phone as far away as they can, and they just book it and just go do something else for 5 minutes, and then come back and ask the same question. It blows my mind how many times people will ask a question, I'll sit here for 10 minutes answering it, and they'll ask the same question again. Just want to stab someone. Might need a hand? Maybe. Well, make up your mind. You're actually perfect. Oh, yeah, no. Mine was going to be, like, the worst thing ever. I'm amazed you managed to salvage this as much as you did. Oh, gotta go ghost. Lift, I'm pushing.
There you go.
That's oh, wow.
Go this way. To see how these are? You're kind of like...
Oh, I'm trying to... it's like gonna fall off over here.
There.
No, it's like way off. Oh, it's good over here is what you meant.
Yeah, you're good. I will a little bit. Okay, that's enough. I can work with it.
It's so cozy in here. I just want to curl up in it and take a nap. Jose is going to sleep in here.
Nice.
Probably could have done better than this too, but with the limited materials I had on, probably be fine. It'll be okay, probably. Oh, right, I was live streaming. Yeah. I get to see the delay of me walking across the room and sitting down again. WALCOMS, there's a loadout you would pick. Pew Pew is a primary, Pew Pew is a secondary, Pew Pew is a tertiary. Tertiary. Hey, WALCOMS, how come you haven't made that M249 into a beast? Because it's like this big. This big. Like, it's like a strife. Jen says hi. Hi, Jen. I got a virus on my PC and it fried my board, so I lost over blah, 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 blah. Well, the game saves are hopefully backed up to Steam, unless you were dumb and not playing games in Steam. Make a NERF loadout. You got $150 primary, secondary, and backup. $150 isn't a whole lot. I'd probably do a Conquest Pro and a Spectrum, and then extra darts. No, it's all good, homely. Hopefully your banquet was nice. I don't know how much longer we're gonna go. Just buy 3 uppercuts and pocket the other $145. I like the way this bear thinks. Is the Jurassic Pro worth getting? It's kinda. I did do a video on it. Have a good night, Austin. Is that your dart catcher? Yes. So I had the bottom part done, and I was sitting here like, what the hell? I don't do woodwork. Like, what am I getting myself into? Flux walks in and looks at it and is like, is that your dart catch? I'm like, that's gonna be. He's like, I can do better. And now he's made something freaking incredible. I get yourself a daddy Flux, I guess, because he knows what he's doing. To be fair, like, I can count the amount of times I've worked with wood on one hand. It's the hand that I still have after the accident. But I also bought a ton of tools, so it's a little bit more enjoyable to work on it, I guess. Are you doing anything for Easter? Probably going to work and upload a video tomorrow. I didn't get one up today, but we've been pretty much busy since, you know, daybreak. I do want to try to get a video out tomorrow. What video, I'm not 100% certain on, but I do want to try to get a video done tomorrow. It's probably not going to have an ad in front of it, but I do have like 4 other ads. No, like 6 other ads I have to do before the end of the month. Got Squarespace, private internet access, another raid, another mech arena. Thank you, both of those. Ah, makes me so happy they keep coming back. And I love the comments I get about raid every single time. It's like, you guys are so silly. People just can't stand raid. Daddy Flux do. Immediately stream gets turned off. Frickin' copyright claim. Apparently they are bad about that. The baby shark or whatever. Thoughts on the NERF Nitro Foam cars? Failed NERF experiment out of 10. Need more Magic Spoon. I mean, let's. I don't know what the conversion rate on that was, but that video went bonkers. I really hope Magic Spoon's like, yeah, we want to do a year sponsorship with you. Like, oh. Baby Shark, Supa, you're the best. I want Daddy Flux to work with my wood. Dude, I love Raid! It's great at killing bugs. Wasn't the Nitro stuff just a knockoff? No, Hasbro did foam cars back in the day, too. No, I will never understand people's, like, just vehement hate for Raid. Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. So, like, name one company that's, like, Raid has done so much for content creators on YouTube. It is just insane. And for people to just blanketly hate them. Disliking, not watching, unsubscribing because you did Raid Shadow Legends. It's like, holy, have you ever actually played the game? Like, it's not even that bad. Oh, he's trying to get me to spend money. No crap. Play a mobile game. They all do that. Yeah, but I mean, oh, it's overused in ads. That's fine. Skip them. Skip them. Like, who cares? Why is it such a big deal? I don't get it. Now, I will be the first person to admit that the Manscaped ad was kind of pushing a line. Oh, and I turned down an ad for an underwear company. I won't say which one, but I turned it down because it's like, there's no way I can make that work on my channel. I'm sorry. I'll most likely do it like there are ads I will do that will not be like NERF related, but not everybody who watches the channel is just NERF. And mobile games are the easiest ones. Yes, I wish I was getting ads for mobile games that I actually play a lot of, but man, people just hate. Will you make a video on your dart catcher? Probably not, because the dart catcher is going to be in like every single video, if that makes sense. Raid Shadow Legends is goddamn fire. It's one of the only games on mobile I play. I can see people getting into it. With how much customization there is, like, per character, not to mention the sheer amount of characters, I can totally see people getting super into Raid. I mean, I already told you I'm getting another thing from them. Yeah, I'm doing one right now. No, I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I played, what is the one I've been playing for the last like 3 or 4 months? Figure Fantasy, which is just another Skinner box anime girl waifu collectathon. And am I upset about that? No! It was either that or like I played Destiny Child for like 3 years. It's literally called Destiny Child. It's one of the best. I played the crap out of Super Mecha Champions, but that game's gotten pretty bad, which is a shame because it's a good game. Final Fantasy 7, The First Soldier, I'm waiting for that to get a little bit better before I kind of deep dive into that. But that was pretty fun when I was playing it a couple of months ago. And is there anything I'm looking forward to mobile games? Like, I don't mind mobile games. I'm not one of those, like, I will play a game if the game's good. Like, and I, like, people are like, oh, it's an auto battler, it's an idle game, it's a this game. It's like, that, like, I don't really, like, I can't play, like, Arc Knights and stuff like that. I can't play, like, strategy games like Final Fantasy Tactics or anything anymore. I can't. Turn-based games I'm pretty much done with. But a lot of other games I can get into. And mostly for me, it's just like the setup, the planning and the setup, and then the execution. That's what makes me happy in mobile games. I actually was playing the crap out of Mech Arena when I got sponsored for that. I thought it was pretty okay. I put quite a few hours into it. Walcom, what are your thoughts on the Cheetah 2.0? If you can get one for like 30, 40 bucks, well worth it. Love the Cheetah 2.0. Do you play Warhammer 40k mobile games? No. I mean, Flux actually plays Warhammer 40k a lot, and I don't even think he plays Warhammer 40k mobile games. I saw one recently that looked pretty good, but I'm just not into the aesthetic. I like bright, cute stuff. I like it sometimes, but it can always be grim dark with anime girls. I mean, I basically probably won't play your video game unless it has anime girls in it. I'm sorry. My sister plays Genshin, and I don't understand. I mean, Genshin's pretty good, all things considered. The only thing, like, with Genshin, like, you want to complain about Raid Shadow Legends and stuff like that, Genshin has the worst monetization of, like, any game I've ever seen. Full stop. Like, Genshin is out of control. Like, I think the rates for pulling a 5-star character is, like, literally 0.2, and they give you barely any, like, free-to-play currency to make pulls, and then even if you get a 5-star character, you need, like, 7 duplicates of the same character to actually be able to fully utilize that character. The thing with Genshin is that, like, it's like, oh, well, you don't actually... That's funny. That's actually really funny. So the stream still goes, like, last couple of times it didn't do that. I wonder if there's, like, a thing we have to, like, I don't know, I'll have to look in the settings on the router. Maybe there's a cache that doesn't clear itself or something. I just wish it would do that, like, on a different night. Or maybe it does it just after 2 hours of stream. No, because I've been streaming since, like, what? We started at 5:05, I think. No, yeah. It doesn't seem to matter if I start the stream at, like, 4:45, 4:55, 5:05. It's always at 7:04. That's so wild. I have to figure that out. What's up? Oh, did you make it slanted? Oh. Now he's trying to do perfection. I appreciate it. I really do, because it will drive me nuts. Hey, Bob Fiend. But yeah, Genshin's pretty bad on the monetization, which is why, like, I like playing games like you know, Destiny Child Figure Fantasy. It's like, it's pretty easy to play, basically free to play, and get whatever you pretty much want. Or like actual computer games, I just haven't had a lot of time. There is one game I've played recently, and that was Wolfstride, and I love it so far. Man, that game, if there was like a game made for me, it's Wolfstride. I freaking love it. Yeah, I never know what's going to happen next in that game. It's hilarious. I think it's trying to be deep sometimes, and I can't tell if it's trying to be deep to be funny or just being deep. There's like one time where it's like the junkyard son wanted to hang out with the main character and ask him, like, how do I approach girls and stuff like that? And the main character just goes on this horrible emo diatribe about, like, relationships. And then, like, he's like, we need to hang out again. I want to talk about get a little bit more help about talking with girls. And he's like, I told you, I'm not very good with women. And he's like, well, I don't want like just women. I want, to have meaningful relationships like a Korean drama. And then he goes like a Korean drama. He's like, yeah, like a K-drama. And he, like the main character's, he's like, do you know anything about those? He's like, well, let's just say I could give you a few recommendations. And then it goes on this like 10-minute cutscenes about all the stuff, like the setup and the payoff in a Korean drama. It was just nuts. I'm like, where did this even come from? And I swear to God, the main character is like the worst self-insert for probably the writer of the game, but it was hilarious. It's like, it's supposed to be like a robot, like turn-based RPG kind of thing, but it's like a robot tournament, and you have like a piece of crap mech that you have to upgrade, and you got a team. And I haven't gotten far enough to figure out like what all the team is about. Basically, it looks like the 4 guys were all the same people in a group that pulled off a huge heist. And one of the guys died, and he had spent his share of the money on a giant robot. And they fight in like a giant robot league because that's what the guy who died would have wanted. But they're all broke and they're trying to figure out where to go. It's hard to explain, but it's like the perfect game for me. I'm loving it. It's called Wolf Stride. It's like $10 on Steam. It's got a really nice aesthetic where it's just all grayscale anime. Man, they make a lot of references to a lot of things. And when I say references, like, one character straight up just goes like, games like Resident Evil and Dead Space and stuff like that. I'm like, I didn't know you could literally just drop the name of all these other games like nothing's happening. They don't have like an allusion to something else. They're just like, no, straight up, this is what it is. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I want to play more of it. Is that a gray worker phoenix? No, that is a transparent worker phoenix. It's got cloaking. I painted it clear. I watched your review on the Flip 32 and bought one. Oof. It was 75% off. Well, that's fair. Can we get a stream, Twitch or YouTube of you playing the giant robot game? I mean, maybe. I don't have I've been playing it at like 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. God, I keep... Oh, man, I love it. I absolutely love it. It just scratches like all those itches of just being so... What's the word? I'm juvenile, yet adult, yet weeby, yet action, like, oh, man. All the characters are really interesting, like, except for the main character that you play as, who seems like a frickin', again, the biggest, like, self-insert. To make money, you gotta, it feels like you're playing, like, No More Heroes and, like, IGPX at the same time or something, because, like, the pilot is one guy, you play as a guy who isn't actually piloting the mech, and, like, he's like, so we gotta get money. We gotta pay for repairs on the mech. And so like the guy goes out and you play mini games that are odd jobs, like washing cats and delivering stuff on a bike and digging trash out of a junkyard. One of the locations is the scrap yard, but the S fell off the sign, so it's called the crap yard. I don't know who they really are. They're like the announcer or something for the Robot League, but they call you trash, but they talk to you, the player. So they call you player trash, and their voices, it reminds me of Haruka from, and it's not the same voice actor, but the way they speak and everything reminds me of Haruko from, FLCL. But, their name is Foam Gun. It's such a good game. I don't know how long it is, but man, it's so good. Do you have an agreement to a good Nerf blaster for someone's just getting into it for like 3 months? Yeah, if you live in the US, pick yourself up a, what the heck is that thing called? The Tomahawk 60. Get yourself a Tomahawk 60. It's $30 at Target. Super fun. How is your dart catcher going? That's a great question, Flux. How's the dart catcher going? Feeling pretty confident? It's looking good. Don't forget we have to mount lights in it. We brought a lot of lights. I literally spent too much money on lights. It's gonna be great though. Have you played Part-Time UFO? It's basically an UFO that does odd jobs to make money to get back home. I have not. Chat has been in the way of seeing Dr. Flux. I mean, yes, the chat has been in the way of seeing Dr. Flux, but it's also like a really minor thing, so. Played Part-Time UFO. I actually have not. Published by HAL Laboratory. Huh. No, I've never heard of this game before. That's weird. Seems like something I'd like. How much is it on the Switch? $9? I can mess with that. I might check that out. Yeah, but it says the Switch version has more features. And what is it worth playing on mobile? Because I would probably rather play it on my phone. Always can't find the Play Store. $4 on the phone. Definitely seems like a game I'd play. What do you think of retro games? I mean, I grew up playing NES, so. Just found out Wolf Stride is now on my wish list. It's so good. It's if you can stand the fact, like, if you go into it expecting it to be like a heavy, deep RPG, I swear to God, in the first 2 hours you fight twice. And one of them's like the fight that you start at the very beginning of the game. But if you go into it expecting like an adventure, like a point and click, not even point and click, but like an adventure graphic novel kind of thing almost, and it's pretty good. I like it. It's juvenile. It's kind of raw. It's not like risque. It's just like they'll use the F word. Like one of the subplots I'm on right now is like an exorcism, which again makes it just feel like the main character is like a self-insert for the writer or something. He's so cool, he has the answer to everything, but he's so deeply flawed too. But he just suddenly knows how to do it. I've seen this kind of thing before. I could do an exorcism, and the power of Christ compels you, mother effer. It's like, yeah. And you've got to play a mini game where you're tapping the buttons to exorcise the demon. It's so just crazy dumb. And I don't know how long until the game will get stale, but I'm a few hours in and it's been pretty good so far. What Nerf gun is that? This is the Spitfire Products RS V6. I just did a video on it. How can she slap? Could load up the thing and shoot the wall. I'm sure Flux would really appreciate that. She can slap because K15. Yeah, I believe that's the spring that's in this thing. Actually, I have that spring sitting right here. It's stupid. Like, obviously there's a spring in there that's like a similar diameter, but this is just stupid. I wish Jose was here because he's the only one that would willingly get hit by this. Yeah, I don't want to shoot the dart catch with it. Yeah. Oh, I chambered it too fast and just destroyed the back end of the dart. Come on. Ah. Maybe the start was bad, I don't know.
I'm a designated marksman.
And off the wall. that left the ringing in my ear. Sorry, Flux. Thanks for playing. Yeah, no kidding. That's the problem. He has one too. You have all the springs too?
Wait,
Oh God.
I have 504 R4.
Oh, so he sent you one? Did he send you one after? Yeah. So there's another one past this one? I don't know if this is... Yeah, so it's like he made more iteration improvements. Jeebus. Nicholas, he did say that before he was changing the design, the half-dart version of this hit over 400 FPS. I would let you tag me once. Yeah, I don't actually know. Okay. Hopefully I have one. I have darts over here. There's one dart in here. All right, team. I'm gonna regret this. Shoot a pop can. I want to break my base stadiums over there. And contact. Well, the dart died. I have no clue. Yeah, okay, we'll give it one more shot. I'm like super worried about destroying those base stadiums. I've got the collection going. All right. And contact. I mean, it's not punching a hole in the can or anything like that. You got to remember, it's still a big, flat rubber head, which just means it's a ton of kinetic energy. It's not like piercing through stuff. It can pierce through the moving blanket, but it's actually still impressive that it punched through the moving blanket when the moving blanket's just being like hanging from the ceiling. It's not being pulled taut, it's just hanging there. Pretty impressive. We need Mega with narrower heads. Quick, we need to 3D print new Mega Dart heads. We need FU Mega Darts. What are the best Nerf pistols? Pew pew. That's why it's like I don't want to get hit, because it's like it's not gonna like put a dart through you, but it's probably gonna feel like you're getting punched from across the map. Fun fact, moving blankets are the same as sound blankets in the film and TV industry. Good to know. So do I have moving blankets or sound blankets? Huh. Oh, it's like an Amazon special. I kind of want to buy more of them now. I've. Are they? I'm gonna look it up. Man, they are effed up now, though. I put quite a few darts through them. Sure enough. Yeah, I don't think it's the Amazon Basics one. I think it's this, this one right here. I mean, they have the black trim. The Amazon ones don't. They have blue trim. They're surprisingly more expensive than I was expecting. Oh, it might be these US cargo ones. Yeah, like a 12-pack. They're like $10 a piece, and I'm blowing holes through them. I feel kind of bad now. Yeah, content creator, what would you say is the best and worst blaster you've reviewed on your channel? I mean, I don't know. I've been doing this for years. 100%, the launch Warden was horrible. The uppercut was horrible. The Battle Scout was awful because it was so expensive. That was pretty bad, yeah. But I mean, that wasn't like, I wasn't expecting much out of that. Yeah. I mean, if it was like $20, it'd be fine. Best, most of the 3D printed stuff I've gotten. The one that subverted my expectation the most was the S100. Like, I actually really like that blaster. Question for Flux, did you use 2S or 3S in your lightning bug? I assume 3S. Yeah. Yeah, he says 3S. Says he usually does 3S. What would be the best NERF loadout on a normal budget? Well, it depends on what a normal budget is. What would you make NERF loadout for $12? Well, you get a pistol. Have fun. Tomahawk 60 for $30 is great. You could pair that with like a Conquest Pro. Conquest Pro runs you about $40. You know, darts and mags. What's Flux up to in the background? He is working on the dart catch, which I need to have done so I can do videos, because that's like an imperative thing for doing videos. And now it looks freaking fantastic. Like, it looks so good. Seriously?
Yeah, I use it all. Well, this is the one we just bought.
Oh. Oh, I thought we needed to go back and buy more.
No,
I was just going to toss you my debit card. It's like, go nuts. He did kill my base stadiums, though. I did, like, whenever I see them, I'm trying to pick them up now, because they're usually like $3 or so, and as long as I'm not broken, they're great to have. Hey, Sahil. I didn't sleep well last night. Oh. Then I was up early-ish. Build a Ludi? I don't think so, Tim. Okay, so I haven't got all that long, but would you be willing to see a couple of Blaster verses? Blaster verses? What's been your favorite mod you've done to a Nerf gun? I still think it's L-Chan. Every time I pick that thing up, I absolutely love it. as time goes on, it becomes less and less special because there's more and more, you know, 3D printed bolt action things. But man, for a good like 3-4 years, it was amazing. Can you go to Target and pick it up in their shows, Tomahawk 60? I don't get what you're asking. Can I like literally drive to Target? Like, what's the point of doing that? How much does one of those gray-headed Mega Darts weigh? I actually don't have a scale. I would buy one, except for it's gonna put me on a registry. I'll probably have to pick one up though. Is that what it is? That can weigh a foam dart? Okay. Darn this yawn. Yeah, I say these are like flat rubber heads. These heads do not give a whole lot. Like these things will give you a hickey from 100 feet away. It would actually be funny to like have like 3 people stand out at like, you know, 70 feet away and load this thing full of a standard Mega Darts and see who survives. Because it's going to be completely random. It's like a Mario Party minigame. Say the scale is for coffee. The bear's got a point. Lightning Blitz versus Mediator Barrel. Which one would you feel? Lightning Blitz. Easy question. Will I ever get shot by it? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a donation incentive next weekend. Oh, wait. Wait. Isn't there a thing next weekend? Is that next weekend? Is that on a Saturday? Oh, I'm gonna miss next week's stream too. See, if I had a Steam Deck. See, I'm like sitting here like I should buy a laptop. I should buy a laptop. I should buy a laptop. Well, I'm getting a Steam Deck, so maybe not. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I guess I'm missing next Saturday's stream too. Well, I don't have a laptop or anything. That's my problem. That's why I'm saying, like, what's at the Steam Deck? The Steam Deck can stream no problem. That thing's stupidly powerful for what it is. That's the reason why I'm not buying a laptop. Like, granted, I want a laptop for video editing. I actually kind of wonder how video editing on the Steam Deck would be. I bet you it could do it in some capacity. 16 gigs of DDR5, that's not bad. But I was like sitting here like, maybe I should spend like $2 grand on a laptop. I was looking at Razer Blades or something. Out of Darts is having a warehouse battle and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be there. So you're going, I assume, right? And Luch is going? Do you want me to drive? You want to take the Volt? That way we would save a crap ton of money on gas. Gotta pull apart these worker Phoenixes and paint them. Yeah, because get one that can get a laptop that can do mobile editing. Like that's not a MacBook. Might be too much. I don't know. I'll think about it. I feel like I need one, but at the same time, it's like it's really only going to be useful for. Well, the other reason why I kind of wanted one is so like when it's too cold up here, I can go edit a video in bed. That was like the one reason I was like, maybe that's why I should get a laptop. Even just writing scripts and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to talk myself out of it, but I inadvertently talk myself into it. Here's a tough one, Coke or Pepsi? I'm gonna go with Coke. What about you, Flux? Coke or Pepsi? Yeah, it really depends. Yeah, it really depends. I have Mountain Dew in my fridge. But like I don't know. It's one of those things that's mostly Coke for me, but there are times I just want a Pepsi. Figures. What happened to your GPT win? It's here. It's just not good enough for streaming. And I'm gonna just basically wipe my stuff off of it and give it to Flux. Because I'm not gonna need it once I get the Steam Deck. And he wants something he can mess around with when he's like taking the bus to work and stuff. The ride share. It sucked to have to drive your truck to work every day. Crystal Pepsi. Oh, I love Crystal Pepsi. I like Crystal Pepsi. I really liked it when it was back. Maybe look at a refurbished laptop. They're like cars and they lose their resale value immediately. Maybe. You're not wrong. That's one of the problems with laptops. Yeah, I don't know. I always say never buy like a gaming laptop. And it's like, hey, you want to edit videos on the go? You pretty much need to buy a gaming laptop. It's like, do I buy like a last year laptop or? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should get a Newegg card or something and just like put it on a Newegg card. You can't win when buying a laptop. No, you really can't. Like, I honestly don't like laptops. But what the heck was that? Oh, hey, my camera died. Give me a second. I had a contingency plan for this, I believe. It's a shame that it can't, it just can't work for a few hours straight. Yeah, it's like with the USB hub, it's like it's slightly too much power for it to recharge over time. Because it uses USB frickin' Type B, doesn't use USB-C. Instead of buying a laptop, I might as well just buy a new camera. The other thing I've been thinking about. So, I mean, this isn't like a high-end camera. It would be nice if this thing would turn on. Holy crap. Are you just, that battery just completely shot? What the heck? Oh, no. Well, this would be taking not nearly as long, but this battery literally will not work. There we go, and I'm gonna find out this battery has like 1 bar on it. Do it, I dare you. Nope, full battery, sweet. Yeah, I know. Stop. Camera settings. USB streaming. All right, we're doing it live because God forbid anything actually works. Come on, mouse. Where's boom. Why is there two of me? There we go. Something like that? I guess so. Sweet. I'm literally not working you. You can do whatever you want. You were the one who's like, I'm having fun.
Like this, you do a door this way, have a latch, cover like the square above the mark.
So I have to go buy a latch at some point?
Yeah, that's later. It's gonna work.
Okay.
But I'm saying that way you can target.
Okay. I love my Surface Pro. That's actually a laptop I was planning on getting at one point. I just don't know how good they are for, like, again, to get something with video editing, it's going to take a lot. What camera do you have now? ZV-1. What camera are you looking at? I haven't really thought about it. Does Mega Sniper have a scar? No, but apparently that is a thing that is being made. What video games are you into right now? Like I said, really the only thing I've been playing is like Wolfstride. I played Core Creeper for a bit. I want to play more Lost Ark, but I just don't have the time. I wanted to play Gundam Evolution, but was gone during the entire beta test. I tried to jump into the network test for Gundam Battle Operations on PC, which didn't work. I could recommend the ZV-10. It uses a larger and more common battery. It's the exact same specs as what I have right now, though, Valor. Why the hell would I do that? The only difference is, yeah, it uses a larger battery that's more common, and you could swap out lenses. Otherwise, it's the same exact camera. That makes no sense for me to purchase if I'm looking to upgrade. Have you seen the Sweetheart Storm AEG? I have not. Halo is solid? No, it's pretty bad. It's awful. There's a reason why everybody stopped playing Halo. Get a dedicated streaming camera? That's kind of what I want this to be. I don't know. So if I got another camera, my dedicated streaming camera, I guess, would be my Sony FDR. The one that's pointed that direction. I could look into getting a webcam, but a DSLR is better than any webcam. To fix the issue I'm having with the camera dying, that could be overcome by using the Elgato or by using the Camlink, which I could get. But I do want to look to see what cameras have any kind of wireless streaming to a computer would be good. I just want like the next, something with a much bigger sensor, bigger step up, bigger camera, something more dedicated for video. It doesn't need to be small. Like the ZV-1 is really small and it's compact. It's really good. A lot of YouTubers use them. Like, holy crap. Pretty sure, oh my God, like every YouTuber I know is using a ZV-1 now. They're great cameras, but like I've had mine for over a year, and at this point, it's like, and for what I need to do with a camera, I may need to get something bigger. Always want a bigger sensor, that's for sure. Lets more light in, yeah. Will you go to End War 2022? Probably not. That's on my birthday, and I don't know if for my birthday I want to spend several $1,000s to, yeah, it just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. So the thing I need to actually look into is getting like wireless streaming cameras, which I think is going to be expensive. So I think your best bet is a wireless HDMI adapter. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I have the network to do some better like high bandwidth. I know, I think it's Lenovo, some Logitech, they sell wireless streaming like webcam things that are pretty good. From what I see, wireless built into cameras is rare and pricey. Yeah, I haven't really done that much look into it, but you never know. Because like the ZV-1 did do it, but it was very, very like slow. Well, for live streaming, I don't need really more than 1080p. I'm pretty sure I'm uploading right now at 720p. And nobody is none the wiser. Yeah, I'm going to look into it. I know there has to be a decent wireless streaming setup. I will find it. Because, spoiler alert, we are clearing out the field behind me, and we're going to start streaming. We're going to basically build like a competitive field and try to run some games there if I can get people to come up to do it. It's going to be a proof of concept for the summer. The field isn't the biggest, which is, I don't know. I feel like it's the perfect size for a standard like BTA field. I don't know. I don't remember what the dimensions were for a BTA field, but it's not the biggest, but it would be fun. And the whole point is like, you know, I'm going to start like basically having a dedicated, I'm hoping to have like leagues come together. You could, Valor, I keep telling you, there's literally an option for you to live closer if you really wanted to, but you have to really want it. I would put you to work and pay your salary. And honestly, probably we would make a lot of money. If I had one person I could offload like a third of my work to, if I had a dedicated somebody who could shoot B-roll, somebody who could do first pass editing for me, and somebody who could like keep my printers up and running, like that would take a lot off my plate to where I can just be almost dedicated doing finishing editing, doing finalized editing, and shooting in the studio. I'm literally looking for a person to hire to do that. That's not a joke, but it's like I don't want to extend it out to some random person that I don't know. Get pallets and barrels for the field. The funny thing you mentioned that, we have 2 barrels already, and we have apparently access to 50-something pallets. Hire the Lucha. See, Lucha, the problem with Lucha is he doesn't like his job, but he makes a lot of good money. I've asked him a couple of times, like, how much would I have to pay you? Because, like, I'm getting close to that point. Because of all the sponsorships I keep getting, to scale up, like, to make more money, it's basically, like, I can't keep doing this by myself anymore. I need either a dedicated video editor, which could be remote, but I don't really want to deal with that. We have the option to have potentially somebody like come here and be here. And I have the means to pay somebody a full-time salary for that. Especially with all the ads I'm doing and stuff like that. And the potential, there's so much potential. Have a good night, Dizax. Can you use a Rev Reaper for End War? I don't see why not. It'd be funny to use a Rev Reaper with a 50-round drum. I actually think I've thrifted a Rev Reaper recently. I might try that. That's awesome. Should be a sick field. Like I said, it's going to be more of a proof of concept. So the thing is, we cleared out all the trees and everything out of this field in front of us. We need to, like, you know, barren the ground or at least cut the grass really short and get that set up and put up some netting. My biggest concern is it's going to be, you know, a corner, that whole wall and everything. You could basically see some of it in this firing footage. I'm worried about that because it's close to the road, but we can get, like, you know, 12-foot poles and put up scaffolding netting, which will stop, unless you're literally trying to shoot off into the road, will stop it from getting into the road. And if the FPS cap is 150, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But I think the arena is literally only about 120 by like 160 feet. I haven't actually measured it out yet. I'm just going based off of my measurement. It's a little bit wider than it is long. But I still think you could have fun in it. And again, I don't remember how big the BTA arenas were. I feel like they were bigger than I remember, though. But this is just for the test of proof of concept, because what we can do is we have a whole bunch of field that way that can be demolished, essentially. And then what we would do is we'd just we'd turn the one field we have back here into half the arena, the driveway, and then the other half would be over there. And so the driveway would be like the no man's land. And since it's, you know, closed property, it's like, okay, driveway is closed. I just put up a bunch of barriers and yeah. Have a good night, Jack. How do you mod a Nerf long strike? I heard with mods it's a beast. No, it will never be a beast. It's basically a Retaliator. There are kits for them. I'd offer to come edit, but I live in the greatest city in Washington. Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't remember too fondly of Spokane, but if you use pallets, I would. Black covering. I don't know if we'd use black covering. Probably the opposite. But yeah, I mean, we'll be able to make space in a small arena, and it's only going to be like 3v3, 5v5 or something like that. I kind of want to do just 3v3 games. And of course, I'm gonna have, it's gonna be my leagues, so I'm gonna come up with my own. I probably will have the way your blaster primes dictates your FPS cap. So if I have it, it's probably gonna be like 180 is what a bolt action cap will be. You know, 140 would be, you know, pump action, and 120 or so would be flywheeler. If I had to like just give an idea. That's my idea of something that would be like, you could use like a 140 bolt action if you wanted to, but I'd like to give people a reason to use more. That's something that I firmly believe in, since like if I'm gonna run a competitive league, I want it to be a fun league as opposed to everything else everybody's doing, where it's basically every war is everybody using the same blaster versus everybody using the same blaster. And I feel like if you dictate that to where like there is a reason to use something else, I think it would be good. So that's our goal for this summer, and hopefully we can start streaming and everything from there. I got a lot of plans for that. It's been almost 1 year since we moved in here. We've made a lot of progress, and we're going to make a heck of a lot more. My major goals for the rest of this month, actually, I don't know if that's still a goal anymore, but we're probably going to go through all of the stuff up here, because you got to remember, like, almost half my collection's still downstairs. We're going to go through basically all this. We're going to get rid of most of the duplicates and most of the jank that I don't need, and then just try to fit everything in one room and pare it down. Obviously Dark Catch, obviously streaming studio, obviously shooting studio. Like, oh man, we're getting there. We're so close. I'm really, really pleased with where things are at right now. And my workspace area is covered in stuff, but it's all I have to do is figure out where to put all that stuff once we clear stuff out from over here. Oh, and then it's like, just build a painting booth and we're good. Like, it's gonna be so good. Yeah, right now NERF is just pump action springers. Yep, I agree. So I think that power will be the way. That's why Airsoft had it for a while, so all weapon classes have potential. Exactly. That's why I wanted to do it. BTA fields have determined by gay time, by the way. I realized that. I mean, like the standard BTA field. A modded deploy is very difficult to do. Time is it? We'll probably stop in a couple of minutes. Is that Phoenix 2.0 gray? Nope, it is clear. See? You can see through it. It's almost like it's not even there. No, it's just the blue one. It's just being chroma keyed out. Gonna paint it pink. I'm gonna probably do that this week. I want to try to figure out how to make a semi-auto rocket launcher type thing. The only way I can think of doing it, like, it wouldn't be semi-auto. Obviously you need an air compressor that can go up to a certain amount of PSI and then stop and then automatically reset itself, which you can do. But to chamber a rocket, and you need like solenoids and stuff like that. The way I would do it would be something like where, you know, you'd fire it and push it forward and pull it back from like a gravity feeding magazine or even a spring fed one to chamber the next round. So you'd go like, you know, ka-chunk, and then pull it forward, push it back to chamber the next rocket, and then wait for the compressor to kick in. Like the compressor would kick in the second you fired the first round. And you can go boom, Kerchak, wait like 5 seconds, boom, Kerchak, wait like another 5 seconds. It's a lot of custom work, but that's the way that I would go about doing something like that. Mega XL mag, yeah, exactly. Like that would be a good reason to make a Mega XL mag. I think somebody did make a Mega XL mag. It just doesn't have a reliable purpose yet. You basically did that with the Judgment Day. Kinda. kinda. That was a turret. So, and it honestly didn't work that well. The weight from all the rockets and stuff like that, the turret mech wasn't strong enough, and half the time you prime it back, it would just click out of place. And you'd have to basically like lift it up. That way the weight of the turret wasn't pushing down. If you push it up like that, there's less weight on the rotation mech. Then prime it, then put it back down. I still have that thing, but I'm most likely gonna just kill it. It's literally sitting in front of me because I want the compressor and the air tank out of it. And because the air tank from the Bazooka, by the way, if anybody can find me a Bazooka, please let me know. I 100% want another Bazooka, and I want to keep it stocked. But yeah, I don't think the Judgment Day is ever actually going to see more light than it did. It would need a lot of custom work, custom pieces, and it's kind of fabric cobbled together. I did buy a second Judge, and I thought about repairing the, combining the two to make one a better blaster, but no. Also, is Elite 2.0 dead? No, it's had like, I have a video coming out either maybe tomorrow of all the new Elite 2.0 blasters. Oh no, the unobtainium that is the Bazooka. It is it's crazy how hard it is to get those things right now. And again, I want one just for stock, like just for basically collector purposes. And I'm sure there's a lot out there that are sitting in like, not being used. That's one of the coolest things I ever found at a Goodwill. It was so funny because I remember a guy picking it up and looking at it and like moosing with it. And he sat there, he's looking at it for like freaking 7 minutes. He puts it down and I grab it and I'm just like looking at it. I'm like, I don't know how you work, but I have a feeling it might be an automatic compressor air tank. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. And that changed everything. And it's a huge air tank, and the entire front of the air tank, it's got a little clip on it, and basically when you pull the trigger, it just pushes down that clip, and the entire front of the air tank opens up and dumps all the air out. Like, it's the perfect air tank. It's so good. Hey, Coney, nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. We're about to, like, close everything down. But, yeah, it's... I don't know if I'll ever see another Bazooka. Somebody's going to have to thrift one, and it's like, how much would you pay for a Bazooka? Like, I don't want to pay more than, like, 50, 60 bucks for one. But I know, like, they're kind of hard to get right now. They were hard to get when I found mine. And unfortunately, when I did the video on it, it just made them more rare. It's one of those things, Solanese, that like you'll probably be able to pick it up when you see it because nobody's going to know what the hell it is. But yeah, just finding one. Now you got to think, like, I bet you I passed up Bazookas before I saw that one and decided to play with it. And had that thing been like 15 bucks, I probably would have left it there not knowing what it was. It just happened to be like, I think 7 or 8 bucks and I had the money for it. What is your opinion on the Fortnite P90? And considering it only has a 5-round internal mag, could be fun. I can't wait to see it. I honestly, if NERF is going to make a 5-round internal mag flywheeler like that, it might be good, and I'm kind of excited to see it. At least they're doing something way different, you know? All right. Well, I think we're done. We didn't really have a plan for this live stream. Like, we've been bopping in at hardware stores all weekend. I was setting up lights and everything like that, pairing them to the Wi-Fi network. Got a bit of work to do, but man, it's coming along. And Dr. Flux has done amazing work transforming my horrible dart catch that I was trying to build. You know, he reinforced all the angles. He put the roof on it. He's putting door hinges in the back of it. It's going to be cool. And he put the wheels on, which really helps as well. So now it's actually starting to look way better than what I had planned. So next weekend, we might not have a live stream again, just because basically next week I'm going to probably out of Darts' warehouse battle. I assume I am. So I won't be able to stream. Maybe I'll bump that stream to Sunday. I'm not quite sure, but I believe his warehouse battle is on Saturday. Which sucks because, I mean, I don't want to miss another live stream. I don't have a mobile streaming solution yet, but it is something I'm considering working on. So do keep that in mind. Sooner my Stream Deck ships, the better. That would be perfect. The Stream Deck would be the optimal mobile streaming platform. But I don't know. I'm in quarter 2, and here we are, like, you know, halfway through April, and I think the queue for the 512 gigabyte one moved 54 seconds this week, and I didn't get one of the early ones because the servers were crapped out. I got my order in an hour and 4 minutes after it went live, so I'm looking at potentially waiting until June at this point with how fast they're going. But it's been fun. I really appreciate you guys joining me. More videos are coming, don't you worry. I'm so far behind, I don't even know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do my best to have a video out tomorrow, but I can't promise I will. I can promise you we'll have a video up Monday. I'm going to try to space out ads, but I have a lot of ads. And I'm going to do more ads, just because it's such a good way to help pay for the channel. And like I said, if I can keep getting ads, like, if May and June have a lot of ads in them, if I can get 2 or 3 ads a week, I might take that. And for that, I can hire another person. God, I would love, like, again, I have aspirations to have a full-time employee on payroll that can, you know, shoot B-roll, maybe do first pass editing for me, and run printers, basically, and help keep things clean. That was one of the things we thought we were going to have when this whole situation, it got kind of turned on its head. But we are definitely, we're heading in that direction, and I think we might get there. So, yeah, hashtag sellout. I don't care. It doesn't offend me, because anybody else would sell themselves out for way less than I am. It's pretty good money right now. And this is one of the first times where it's like, wow, I can actually make a very good, I can make the money to hire somebody to help make more videos. That would be amazing. So, special thanks to Dr. Flux, who, again, was spending the entire stream helping work on that dart catch. It looks amazing. And I got a whole bunch of cool things I'm going to add to it to make it even more eye-poppy. And it should hopefully make the indoor sections pretty good. I still plan on doing outdoor stuff when appropriate. I'm not going to say every video is going to have outdoor footage range testing, because with most blasters, it doesn't even matter. For example, if I were to take like something like this out to the outside and shoot it, you guys would never even see the dart. And if you guys can't see the dart, I can't add in the little hit markers. But if I can't see that, and I'm just like, okay, well, I shoot the blaster and then walk out there, well, it's like, what's the point of me showing you shooting it? Because you can't see the darts, so that makes it entire. That's why it's like I'm trying to just use the dart catch and the target, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the song. You have a fantastic night, and of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different live stream. And please be get ready for all the crazy stuff I'm about to do on the channel, because we have a lot coming. Summer is going to be epic. Take care, and thank you again.